fight. TNT.
So this is the first time I fixed the pull cord, so it has a pull cord. It also has a starter, so I took a 20-volt drill battery, hooked the positive up, and then I hooked the negative up there, which is basically just the ground for it. You know, just the ground. And then this random wire, which I don't know, but we'll see if it turns over when I turn the starter. Yep, it turns. What it's gonna look like once I get the engine mounted. Still have to bead the tire, but drill press to drill a couple more holes. So now I can mount the plates right on it, but I need 2 washers because there's a little gap. But once I get those mounted, I got brace here and brace down here, and I'll put the frame right across. Yeah, forgot to record it again, but I tore the whole motor apart because it seized solid. I didn't get it on video. And I was tearing it apart. I tore all the gears out. I took the spark plug off. I took the valves off. I went inside, checked all the gears and everything. It would turn halfway and get stuck and make a clank sound. But it would turn a quarter of the way back and then get stuck and make another clank sound. And so I took all the gears off. Not a problem. Checked inside the piston. Not a problem. But then I'd keep turning and turning, and there's a little clank and clank. There's a washer and an magneto. So as this comes around, and as it goes about to into the magneto, jams it solid. That's why the engine just died, because something rattled loose. It fell in here, caught the magneto, and which means this engine is perfect. Because of this little piece of shit. Oh yeah, that's bent. But I can tell you right now, the simplest thing, even the smallest shred of metal, can stop an engine that's 300cc. Okay, so I've put it all back together. I've messed with the valve timing. I got it almost close. Just gotta, find the perfect time to get. But it turns over just fine. I'm about to put the case back on, and there we go. Okay, it's now together. Now just to bolt it all in. So it's all together, muffler, everything's back together. Turns over just fine. Great compression. It works again. Just need to fill it with oil. So I turned on the gas, I put a valve over here, put some fresh gas in, and I messed with the valve timing.
New gas tank?
Yeah, I messed with the valve timing, which means I don't have a strong enough battery to actually run it. I made the valve timing less, so the battery can actually still turn it. So it's not running full power, but we'll find out here.
Oh, it almost ran. Oh, that sounds better.
There's the go-kart. It is almost done. That's the engine. Sits really high up. And then it slopes down and levels out there. Doesn't have front steering yet, but it will soon. I got the throttle system done. So it's a thumb throttle. Legit, this is how much sensitive it is. That's how much you have before it's full engine. But anyways, it comes down, wraps in underneath, so it actually goes underneath the ass then, and if it was longer, it would be covered up, but somebody ran it over. Piece of angle steel, bolt, mounted to the engine mount, come up. I had to drill a hole, and then take a grinder and cut a slit in the side to slide the wire through and the actual nozzle piece. Then you bolt that down with 2 bolts. Then the wire comes out, up, and this is your governor, or what attaches to your governor. You unscrew that, get another piece of angle steel, bend it slightly, or your engine will be full rev when you start it. Basically, drill a hole, drill a tiny hole just to fit that barely through, because it's only got a little ball on it. So you drill barely a hole, punch it in, bolt it down, and then when you press the throttle, you got tension. Thinking you're gonna want to pull that way, you don't. It's gonna go that way, so that's automatically gonna torque out going that way. So I accidentally had that flat going across. So when I started the engine, it pulled the cable, and the cable was full throttle, and I almost blew up the engine. So I had to bend it, and now the cable's nice and loose, and as soon as the engine starts up, that cable tensions right up. Yeah, that's not working. Yeah, but pretty much done. Just doing braking. Ran it back, attached it to this rod here. Rod comes up, attaches to this pivot point. Then it goes from there along this long rod to this other wheel. So when I steer, I get steering. But what I had to do for this lawnmower is get rid of this. That was originally there, so I had to pop that out, drill a hole, put that one there, then drill a bigger hole for that one to fit, put that one there, and then basically drill the hole in the angle steel, hole here, mounted it together, and there's your front steering. Like it fell right out. And that's because this gear in here has lost its clip that'll hold this whole thing together, and that was welded to the pin, so I had to grind that off to get this off. But anyways, now I have to go get a clip to hold that gear in, get another clip to go on the outside, and that should be a good enough weld. Slide that on, put a bolt behind it, mount it, put the whole case thing back together, slide it back in, hope these mounts can bend back perfectly, I can put the nuts through and mount them, and then I can drop this, put the chain back on, mount the engine down. That's how my night's going. Alright, so I got the piece to fit it, so I'm putting it together now. There's probably a special tool for this. Ow, my... There we go. That goes in there like this. Goes in here. Colors to put a new clamp in, because like I said, it got welded to the gear, but now I can take the gear and slide it on there, have it spin, and I can pull it back off again. So if I ever need to change the gear ratio, done. So I ran the engine, right? One thing, I left the brake fully on. That's off. This engine overpowered it like it was nothing. And this is a clip of it powering over the brake. I think I ran out of gas. That's set up. I have to hold that down or else it kicks it loose. But it just ate the cord in. So yeah, anyways.
Oh, you gotta put it in gear. Yeah. Open her up. Moving fast enough. That's so fast as I thought it would.
Yeah, it's going fast.
Kicked out of gear. Oh, she'll wheelie. Oh, he's got to get a shift lever hooked up so that when he locks it in, it stays in gear. He's almost got to extend the frame. No.
Major update. I had to do the front steering because the front steering wasn't working. So I threw a bicycle wheel along with no shots, but I would love to put shots on it. But anyways, it surprisingly fit really well because there was like plastic bearings in this, so this worked out. But I threw the throttle cable on, went to test drive it, and the back end snapped. So I gotta fix that, but there is an electric starter I'm gonna try to fix.
Yeah, she put it down slowly. Oh, we go. He left his kids at home. We go.
Okay, fucking